No, it's not. That's not okay. Anyways, but yeah. But as things are now, they're cool. So yeah, I just wanted to recognize that as a thing. We'll definitely, like I said, either way, the fandom will probably continue. So we're gonna keep finding games. We're gonna keep playing games from the fandom. But we're always gonna play other games. We'll play some classic games. We'll play some new games. Probably mostly new games. Not to say we won't play classic games. But like recently, we just played Super Castlevania, and that is not easy. That I forgot how tough some old games could be, and it's probably not the hardest of old games. But it's hard, and sitting there and trying to do that while talk while not I don't know while not punching Sapir in the face through his computer, which I can't do. It's stressful. So difficult, really difficult. Old games probably not a lot. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Older games. I like classic games, and I wouldn't mind doing more Final Fantasies and stuff. And I will continue my Let's Play Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 6. I To be honest, I probably should have been playing that while I said all this, but like I said, it's sporadic, and I wanted to try my first vlog. Not that that's not to say everyone has to have a vlog. If people don't like it, well, I'll take it away. It's not I'll put it away. I won't take this one away. I'll leave it on the internet, even if people are super, unless everyone's like, I literally hate this video. Nah, it's fine. Um, I don't imagine people really hating this video. They could if they wanted to, and it's kind of just staring at my stupid face while I talk. But that's, not my face particularly, but that's what vlogs are, right? You look at the person while they conversate. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand. Looks strange. No. Anyways, I think that was quite possibly it. That was at least the major points. Anything else is just small stuff. Stuff that's not important. We already announced that we're doing 1,000 session. I think it was way too early. I guess I'll mention that. But yes, once again, if anyone has any particular thoughts on our 1,000 special, that'd be wonderful. Cause I've been trying to do specials, and maybe I don't need to continue to do maybe I don't need to do too many specials. But to be honest, I think Superior's putting a little too much on this, because we're literally asking fans if you guys have any ideas for our 1,000 special. That is great. That is wonderful. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it a lot. But I got nothing personally. I'm like, we're already doing a lot of stuff, and I don't know what I can do for fans. If there's a particular game you're like, you have to play this, that's great. Sapir seems to think that that would be a silly one thought, but I'm like, that's fine. If there's a whole bunch of people who are like, I want to see this game, sure, that's if that's what you guys want to see, it's a special. We're doing it for you guys. It's not like, we're not doing it for us. It's, you know, that's what games like Warframe are for. To be honest, we're doing it kind of, you know, we're still recording it and stuff, but Warframe's one of those kind of more personally fun ones that are silly, and I don't imagine a ton of people are gonna watch it. You know, if you do, that's great, but as long as you have friends, personally, Warframe's one of those games that you'd probably give a try if your computer's good enough, because it's a blast with friends, especially if you have 3 or 4 friends that you'll play with. To be honest, the game ramps up the difficulty way too much for 2 friends at some points, which I recently actually brought on my good friend Rising Chaos for that very factor, because Ken couldn't handle it. Like said in the video, if you're a big user on Cloudsdale, big person, if you browse that satellite a lot, you've probably met Rising Chaos. Admittedly, Cloudsdale's not that popular anymore, and I myself, like, unfortunately, it's not like the last time I really majorly mentioned Cloudsdale with this video. If you get on Cloudsdale these days, you're not gonna see me. I just can't. I just couldn't anymore. There's nothing really going on with Cloudsdale. It's been forever since I met any new people who I want to meet. And the people who I know who I can talk to, I'd usually rather talk to them on Skype, so I'm not having, like, you know, people coming in and being a pain and spamming chat or anything, or just generally being a nuisance. And that's a little harsh, but it's one of those chat communities that, for me, it's really lived its course. If other people want to use it, that's cool, but I don't think I'm ever going to be able to really get back into what I originally found in Cloudsdale. But that's fine. I've met a lot of people through Cloudsdale. A lot. Including Sapere. That just shows you how many people I've met. Literally, and Rising Chaos as well. Literally, anyone you've, besides my sister, because that'd be weird, literally anyone besides my sister you've ever seen on my channel, I have met on Cloudsdale. A lot of people. Yeah, maybe not all of them on the channel, but, you know. So, that's, yeah, it was a big deal, and I still appreciate that whole meeting people thing through that, and yeah, it's just I denied it for a while, but it's just been slowly dying for me. I think it's finally dead. I might occasionally hop back on, and I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not going to be rude to anyone who's still like, well, I still got on there for my friends, but you know, I have Skype. And at the moment, that's great. I have YouTube and I have other things, so yeah. I don't personally feel like I need Cloudsdale anymore, and basically what it was in the first place was meeting people. I don't know if that's the idea. That's kind of what I got from the website creator, in my opinion, though. I don't know if that really was or not, but yeah. Meeting people, and then, you know, what you do with that, that's up to you. But yeah, and it's not like I haven't been with Cloudsdale for a while. For those of you who know the site, it's kind of getting up there with what it can do. It's still not perfect, but back when I used to use it, like the original design of, not the, well, maybe it was the original, and there's still some older users than me. Some people have seen more of the older style than I have, but anyways, so yeah, I've been there since there wasn't any different chats. Literally, there was the one the one big chat room, and that was it. And it wasn't really a big chat room because there were a lot of people on it. There was like me, Draconis, Ditris, and Nightmare Moon. First three people I really remember being on there. And I don't know how long that went on. I'm not going to take a trip through memory lane too long, actually. Sorry for doing that. But yeah, it's been a while. So that's yeah. So I personally think it's fine. And hopefully, I'm just getting that out. That's actually not for, well, it's kind of for fans, because like I said, I'm not going to be on there. So I'm sorry to anyone who really wanted to meet me. It's just, Cloudsdale isn't the place. If you want to message me in the comments, that's great. You know, I'll try and respond to any comments I get. Not any. I'll try and respond to any comments that seem like, you know, they're the kind of thing I should respond to. They're the kind of thing I really have something to say about. But, you know, there's been more of those lately. I've been getting more into the responding, because I personally like I like hearing from you guys, and I imagine you guys like hearing from me, and I like responding to comments, actually. It's neat. So I've gotten, with my little trip down memory lane, I've gotten super off course. I don't even remember. Well, I do remember the point, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, we had Rising Chaos. That was cool. I guess the point was that, yeah, you know, there's, he's not famous or anything, but he's rather well known around Cloudsdale, anyways. So besides that, okay, so, yeah, Warframe's cool. I got super, well, that was basically the end of what I was saying about the game, so in the 1,000 subscriber special. So once again, if any of you have any ideas, shoot, come on, just hit me with the idea, please. I would love to hear it. There's no, you know, there's very few comments I would love to hear more than a suggestion for it. Because so far all we've had is a suggestion for Containment is Magic, which Spurs like, I know that guy, and I'll just do a let's play of that. I don't really want to do that for the 1,000 subscriber special, which is fine, because Containment Magic's, I don't particularly love, I don't dislike it, but I don't particularly love the whole, that thing. Containment Breach? I don't know. SCP. Yeah, SCP Containment Breach, which is what the original is called. It's not bad. It's a great horror game. I like it in that way. It's scary. It's just not my general type of game, because it's this weird idea. It's almost like an open world horror game, which is not really a great thing. And obviously you're in closed corridors and stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of exploration, and you can go around doing whatever with all these weird SCP things. But chances are you're gonna die at some point, and you can save and stuff, but yeah, you're gonna die a lot, and there doesn't seem to be a reason for stuff. You know, it's not, I guess the idea, and maybe they'll have eventually finished it, or maybe it's finished, I just don't know it, but though there just doesn't seem to be a thing to do. There doesn't seem to be a main goal. You just go around and, you know, explore the different SCPs and stuff, which normally I don't mind that too terribly. You know, eventually you explore everything, it's done, but just with a horror game, that's not really my cup of tea. 'Cause, I don't know. And also with games I can do, you know, let's plays on. And the thing about Containment is Magic, it's kind of broken. I'm not sure how beatable some points of I know there's some glitchy bits of like the normal one which happens in Containers Magic 2. Like sometimes you'll have to move between the doors really fast, and you'll have like the whatever SCP it is, or Pinkie Pie in Containers Magic, and there's just no way to move by her, so you get trapped in this room with the thing until you die, because the only way to get past it was to run past these doors, but if it's standing in your way, well, you're screwed. Um, and then we discovered saving is a thing, and we just foolishly weren't saving, so admittedly that'd probably make the game a lot more playable, but even then, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't really, and some of the things don't feel finished. I don't know about the original one, but I know with Containment is Magic, like sometimes they'd have this room that's kind of tough to get through, like one of those rooms I mentioned. You have to run through it without getting killed by Pinkie Pie, and then it's on the other end, nothing. That's right. Your efforts have been rewarded with a grand nothing. It's a dead end. You literally just have to go right back out the way you came, and if you die again, great. That's awesome. So, it's not my cup of tea. But admittedly, horror games, I sometimes like them. But to be honest, as much as I hype them up, they're not always really my cup of tea, mainly because that the way they work with that is just like, yeah. Well, not that exactly, though that's kind of what I'm talking about. So, and this is something another rather famous person has said, famous-ish, Spoonie, which is that there aren't that many good horror games. And let me clarify, because I don't even think he clarified, there aren't a lot of good horror games with good... There's not a lot of good gameplay horror games. And he may have said that, he may not. Or I don't even know if he meant that, but I mean that. There's a lot of horror games out there, and there's a lot of scary horror games out there. There are a lot of good horror games out there with good gameplay. When's the last time you sat down and played a Silent Hill game where like, wow, these controls are so tight. I can't believe how well my character moves. It's just like I'm there. I love Silent Hill. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, most character controls are clunky, and literally, I'm more agile than these characters are in this game. I can't take a monster hit as well, but I don't move around like, I don't move around like I'm a tank, which I think that's another term for that. But anyways, so yeah, and there's not really a lot. Then they have and some of the newer games, they've changed the controls some, but last Silent Hill game I tried, there's still some control issues. It wasn't as bad, but it wasn't wonderful. And even with some of my favorite ones, like I love the gameplay on Fatal Frame. You will probably hear me mention that so much. Fatal Frame 2 was the one I owned. I never got Fatal Frame 1. I don't know why. I just, that wasn't really when I was buying games for myself, and so Mom got Fatal Frame 2 because she thought it looked, like a Japanese horror movie type thing, and she never really played it that much. But I played it, I played it a ton with my sister, because back then I couldn't play horror games on my own. I was like, I want to say 8 something. PS2 era. Well, a little while ago. I might not have been quite 8, but it's probably around there, maybe 10. Something. So I don't know. That's probably not true. I was probably a little older, actually. I keep getting sidetracked. Hmm. So what was, well, yeah, so then this is really off track, but then you do have the classic horror game thing. So, the game is really amazing. I will go ahead and finish what this basically turned into a let's talk, well, yeah, it was always let's talk about whatever I feel like, but now it's like let's basically review. Holy crap, I love hearing myself talk, don't I? I'm too lazy. I'm not gonna split this. I'm gonna just this is gonna be an hour chunk. Sorry, everyone. The idea of a vlog really was to get, just a quick thing, which obviously it's become anything but a quick thing. So it's gonna be this huge file. I almost want to go in and cut it. I might. I'm not sure. Either way, well, we'll see what it turns into. For now, though, yeah, I'll finish what I was saying about Fatal Frame. So I love Fatal Frame, mainly because of the combat, which is it's unique in my opinion. You have you have it's Fatal Frame, so you have the camera. That's what's called Fatal Frame. It's probably called something completely different in Japan. To be honest, I like the title Fatal Frame. There's just something about it that doesn't really feel like it goes with the game name, but it does really nail on the head what the idea of the game is. It just sounds like, an action movie name, like Fatal Frame. You know. It sounds like a really weird, like, art, maybe a spoof thing, like the action movie is something about art, and it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Nicolas Cage or something. They're like, they're or well, maybe a horror movie, and there's like, I don't know, Picture Frame or something. It's like the Fatal Frame, and that they've got all save the world from it, or it'll because it kills people or something. People who stare at the picture for too long, or something. In fact, that reminds me of another movie I've seen, which is a horror movie that, in my opinion, sucked, which kind of reminded me of Fatal Frame. But there was a ghost, and it basically had something to do with taking pictures. But the movie was super boring, in my opinion. And I don't know, just like the whole ghost concept thing, that movie never really made sense to me. And then basically the whole thing with it worked almost the opposite of Fatal Frame. The guy was taking pictures with the camera, and that's what allowed the ghost to this world. I really understood it. I was like, oh no, I don't know what's up with this. So he takes a whole bunch of pictures, and the ghost eats his face, and then he dies, and then I forget what really happens. I just remember the guy dies, it flips out, takes pictures everywhere, the ghost eats his face, he died. That might be the end of the movie? I don't know, it's something. Anyways, so Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame, completely different. In fact, almost opposite with the camera, so you have your camera. And the way it works, you have to go in a little bit before you get your camera. So before you get your camera, you're defenseless. You're a helpless Japanese schoolgirl, probably a schoolgirl. You're not wearing a schoolgirl thing. You're a helpless Japanese girl, though. Which it's not as bad as it sounds. But no. So you're running through, and you run through until you get the camera, because you don't really have to run that much. You're searching for your twin sister, And, Japanese twins, that whole thing. But this time you're actually the twins. It's not like there's some creepy twin thing going on with someone else. So you're the twins. You get separated from your twin sister, which is your motivation for going into this haunted town, because you see her running, and yeah. Obviously escalates from there. So you get the fatal frame, ghosts start showing up, and, you find a note with the fatal frame and you kind of get this vision thing. So anyways, how it works is, well, I don't think it's called the fatal frame, but, it's the camera. So how it works is it fends off, ghosts. It's literally, that's the way the camera works. Ironically, it doesn't work the way it shows in the little cutscene thing, but that's actually good because that'd be really hard for game mechanic wise. In fact, it's ironic. It almost feels like that's a bad mistranslation. Anyways, I'll explain that in a bit. So you fight ghosts with the camera. And it's neat, because you don't just sit there and take pictures of the ghost, though you can technically do that, but the way you're supposed to do it, the way that's most effective, is you sit there, and this is why it's scary for me, because you don't just sit there and take pictures of ghosts, you sit there, and you wait, and there's a point in time where the ghost will be vulnerable for you to take a picture. Usually it's right before a ghost attacks you, and there'll be a little marker thing on your camera, like there's a little circle thing that changes colors. So so basically you wait. It's like a counter system actually. You wait until the ghost gets up in your face and tries to slash you or stab you or whatever he wants to, whatever the ghost does. And then you take the picture, and it's, it's really, it's scary because basically the entire combat system is based off of a counter system. It's actually a really good counter system. It's not like how I normally find a counter system kind of obnoxious. It's because you're looking through the camera lens, it makes it all the more dramatic, because you're actually looking at this ghost is trying to stab you or whatever before you take the picture, or fail to. So yeah, it's kind of suspenseful and fun, and I really like it. And yeah, I think for the most part it's a really good game. I won't guarantee it's the best game ever, and maybe I'm overhyping it, to be honest. It's been a while since I've played it, but I had so much fun. And there's so many cool little just side things with the game. So that's the main combat mechanic. Well, I want to mention it was ironic because the cutscene thing basically says and shows you that you want to be careful not to overuse it, because ghosts can become immune. I don't know if I don't remember that ever being a thing, to be honest. If it was a thing, maybe that's why I've relied on counters so much, but to be honest, that seemed to be the most efficient way to go about combat anyways, and yeah, if you're fighting multiple ghosts, after you beat a ghost, it's gone, and you're not, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know why, I don't know why it says that, and why I want to mention specifically why it's ironic. Not because it doesn't happen, but because actually, as you kill ghosts, you level up. Now, there's not a direct level up system, and in fact, you can't really level up your character, though I think there might be ways to increase your HP, but, you can level up the camera. That as you kill ghosts, the camera gets experience points, and you can spend them in, like, if you want to be able to if you want higher attack power, or if you want to be able to take pictures faster, or, I think there's, like, something like films, if you want to be able to take more pictures without reloading film, or something. I don't exactly remember that bit. And then, yeah, there's all that stuff, and, I think there's something that gave you a wider period of time when ghosts tried to do their attack thing, maybe. I don't know. I remember there was some kind of double snap thing that I never really got the hang of. It seems like there was like, you took the first picture and all the ghosts were writhing back from your shot. If you timed it just right, you could get in a double shot. And it'd do like a ton of damage, but it was really hard to time. Anyways, so I never mastered it, but I got it occasionally. So yeah, that was really fun, and I liked the RPG elements, and I liked the going around the camera and take pictures of ghosts. And like I said, I found it scary and suspenseful. According to my sister, it wasn't. And I'm like, it was fun. Doesn't mean it was never scary. I don't know. But then, I was the one playing it, obviously. I say I was really wimpy with the games, but I'm always the one playing the horror games.